Good morning, Nigeria. As always, and especially on this Friday, TVC has a finger on the pulse and our eye on the streets. And here on the Trending Now segment, it is my job and my team's job to bring you trending stories that are shaping the world that you and I live in. We begin today with this story, where on the 29th of July, just last month, President Bola Tinubu honored Nigeria's victorious Super Falcons, the winners of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, with national honors of the Order of the Niger, alongside promises of 3-bedroom apartments and $100,000 each. But nearly a month later, Captain Rashijat Ajibade says that the team is yet to receive the cash or other entitlements. Now, speaking on an upcoming episode of With Today, Ajibade urged authorities to keep their word, warning that the delay is taking a toll on the players. She said it playfully, but take a look at this video.
Have they delivered the $100,000?
We have not received that money. They haven't. So right. Hopefully they will pay. Hopefully
they should pay. And we are all going to keep reminding them until they pay soon.
Please. Please, they have not. First, they have not paid all the promises you heard back and forth. Yes. We have not received anything. So let them know, because they people want to like.
They've already divided it for you.
Honestly, like share, give them percentage, and I'm like, hey, bros, people are begging. We've not received it, but hopefully when they pay it, you would see.
You hear it on the news.
You see, I mean, even our match bonuses and everything's still work in progress. So we've not received anything yet.
Now, while her slight frustration is clear, some observers have cautioned her to be more tactful. They note that government disbursements don't happen at the snap of a finger, and the $100,000 and apartments, they insist, are as good as delivered once protocol runs its course. As one online sports commentator put it, Ajibade should focus on her game and let Senator Oluremi Tinubu handle any follow-up if needed, because she's very passionate about the welfare of women. It's important to note that this sort of presidential pledge is not the president taking money from his personal wallet. It is subject to budget approvals. It is subject to procurement checks. And so, Miss Captain, please be patient. The patient dog gets the $100,000. But I can imagine every 2 minutes she's refreshing her, her bank app. Let's take a look at social media. They must have already planned for that money in their minds. Emmy says, "Sure, you no go calm down, me. Money they come, pick and never clear them. Calm down." Your blood is hot. Adesida says, "The government doesn't give out money like that without appropriation, but we Nigerians are too eager and impatient." Moving on into the church. A recent sermon by Pastor Biodun Fatoyinbo of the Commonwealth of Zion Assembly has stirred controversy over comments about the late Apostle Joseph Ayo Babalola, the first general evangelist of the Christ Apostolic Church. Have a look at the comment that he made that has since gone viral.
Studying recently about what Pastor Apostle Ayo Babalola did. He was anointed. Oh, I described to our church members some of the things I heard. Anointed man, every duty grace, but no money. So all the grace just.
Now, the Christ Apostolic Church, in a strongly worded statement, accused Fatoyinbo of promoting a prosperity-based view of ministry that undermines those that don't have wealth. The church has now clarified that 2 of Babalola's children, Mama Eunice Wurola Ogini and Akpeke Adeni, are alive, blessed, and serving the Lord quietly. Mama Eunice also responded, cautioning pastors against spreading unverified claims about her father and emphasizing that his legacy is spiritual and not material. Now, Pastor Fatoyinbo has also since apologized in an online post, acknowledging the CAC's admonition and stating that he holds Babalola, his ministry, and family in the highest regard. Take a look at what some people might call a backtrack.
How that they need to focus, and they will do more if they make more money, if they had more money to express their ministry. And someone took that to Nigeria. When I was a teenager, I attended the denomination. I went there for prayers. How can I talk down on that kind of pastor, the founder of that kind of ministry? It's because there are distractions everywhere. When you are on the gallery, when you're on the
The question now is, where should doctrine end and financial conversations begin? The lines are increasingly blurred. This is very interesting. Team, we're seeing right now in the world of social media a lot of conversations about money. It seems that these days you enter a church and the first thing you hear is money, 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 money doctrine. On the other hand, we're seeing Rasheedat Ajibade, the captain of the Super Falcons, saying, where is my money? It does show us, however, that the president, these are not his personal funds, and there is due process, and that is commendable if you ask me.
Yes, and I wonder how you got all the stories that have to do with money today. Right.
She's looking for money. Right.
Yes. Rasheedat, take it easy. The money will come. But I would have loved a situation where we did all the paperwork in anticipation of that win, so that when it is announced, the money is paid immediately. What about the OON? We don't need a particular event for that, do we?
All right. And to Rashida, I'll say you need to take it easy. There's no way the presidency will lie. Our president is upright. He said, that money will be given, and there's no way it will not be given. And I know that you understand that there are processes to this. So in due time, you will get it, because this statement she made is sending wrong signals on social media, which should not be. The money will definitely come to you. And just quickly on the Fatoyinbo story, I'll say something. God loved the poor. And as a pastor, I expect you to know that.
Yeah, so for Rasheedat, it's okay to anticipate, checking your phones up and down, and then I've done one or two things for the state government, federal government, voiceover, editing, and some other things, and the money didn't come in 1 or 2 months. I remember discussing this concern with Etoma, and he told me a whole lot of stories about his own experience. So that's the way it is. It's bureaucracy, the red tape isn't with there, but rest assured that you'll get the money. It's been announced, you'll get it.
Definitely.
Most definitely. Pastor Fatoyinbo, I didn't like it. You spoke about a church where I grew up, because my grandmother was a deaconess of that church of blessed memory, and that's the church I grew up, attending as a young boy. So I do not think we should monetize everything. Everything is not centered around money. Spirituality and money is not always the same.
Yeah, I must give it up to Nigerians for the very first time. A narrative like this that came out, and they were not bashing the government. They were actually on the side of the government, talking about the story of the promised money to our beautiful Super Falcons. So it will come, please. It takes some time on matters like this. So, Biko, why? It will come to you. Thank you, Pastor Fatoyinbo, for finally apologizing and acknowledging that you had erred a little bit. You're also human, and so maybe, in the light of fame and excitement, you said 1 or 2 things that was taken out of context, but you've clarified, and I think all is well. Now let's all go back and enjoy ourselves as Nigerians and as Christians.
But next time, he has to be careful and watch it, because statements like that from a person like you is not expected.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'll leave you guys with this quote. Our lead producer of this show always says, there's no shame in honest failure. So you failed in that moment, and you've learned the errors of your ways, Pastor. I'll take some more stories. Moving on, still in the world of social media, Ijoma Otabo, Big Brother Naija Season 7 winner, popularly known as Fina, has called for justice after her sister, Ruth Otabo, underwent a leg amputation after being hit by a truck linked to Dangote Group near Auchi Polytechnic, Edo State. This tragic accident occurred just 6 days after Ruth graduated from Auchi Polytechnic, and eyewitnesses say that the heavy-duty truck crushed her leg before it was eventually chased down and stopped by a bystander. Now, the video you are seeing now is that of the truck driver, who has now been apprehended and is in police custody. And Fina has now turned her platform towards seeking justice for her sister, accusing the Dangote company of negligence, saying that the police want to cover it up. Take a look at this video.
The other leg now is about to be removed. My sister will not have 2 legs. Now, they caught the man because when the accident happened, the truck did not stop. The truck did not stop. The truck kept on going. They had to pursue the truck. The truck was chased down and caught. Now they're in the police station. Yesterday, they said a Dangote manager, I don't know, because I tried to reach out. I sent a message to Dangote himself. I sent to Dangote groups on Instagram. They've not replied me. But the police now said that a Dangote manager is coming. We don't know who.
Now, in a statement released yesterday on the 14th of August, the Dangote Group says its insurance team are ensuring full support for Otabo, including comprehensive medical care and appropriate compensation in line with the group's welfare policy. I'm going to take an excerpt from this statement and take some social media reactions. This is a statement released by the Dangote Group of companies. They say, following the recent road accident in Auchi, Edo State, involving one of our trucks, which sadly resulted in injury to Ms. Ruth Otabo, senior officials from Dangote Cement, together with our insurance team, promptly visited the scene, engaged with law enforcement, and visited the victim and her family. This action reflects our unwavering commitment to the well-being of those affected. We're ensuring full support for Ms. Otabo in line with Dangote Group's welfare policy. Our thoughts remain with Ms. Ruth Otabo and her loved ones, and we wish her a full and a speedy recovery. I'll take 2 tweets on this story. Ellie says, at Aliko Dangote, you have all the money in the whole world to fly this girl out for proper treatment and care. Please don't relent on doing the right thing. The deed has been done. All we need is a solution and your involvement in this case. And Amurab says, this is so sad. There are too many things wrong with Nigeria. Justice must be served. Dangote needs to train its drivers, and Nigeria needs a railway to work so that these trailers can leave our roads. Every other day there's a truck incident. And I will say that this story does highlight the need for corporate justice and corporate responsibility in Nigeria. Oftentimes we think that these matters can be solved with compensation. No, it's about transparency. It's about taking care of the victims. There is a place for empathy, both in business and in politics. But I've got some better news for you guys. This is what I like to call my Friday fun news. On to some more spirit-lifting vibes. Today, I'm shining the spotlight on a young artist named Chiamaka Iwenofu, known to her followers as Glamour Arts. She's a talented artist, bringing African heritage to life through her work. And her pieces don't just sit on the canvas. They leap out with stunning lifelike detail. The young Chiamaka blends traditional artistry with realistic components like hair and textured finishings, creating portraits that celebrate African beauty, culture, and skin in all our glory. Now, in every brushstroke, there's a story of pride, of identity, and the enduring magic of creativity. Chiamaka's work is a vibrant reminder that the arts are not just surviving in Nigeria, they're actually thriving. This was lovely to see. I think as a young black woman, representation is very important. But before I hand over to my lovely team and then take some good news, I'd like you guys to please chime in with the hashtag TrendingNowTVC on any social media platform of your choice. Now, team, I'd like you to chime in on this very, very quickly. A lot of times what people don't understand is that, for example, I'll use the presidency as a case study. Before news gets to the top rung, it has to filter through social media. And so all these calls for justice, Dangote wasn't responding. There is a protocol.
Yes, there is a protocol, and so far the Dangote Group has done the right thing, but I know that Nigerians will expect that because it's Dangote, that girl should be flown out of Nigeria and so on, which wouldn't really dent anything concerning cash with Dangote. Please do something about that. A young girl at 20 just finished school, and she's going to be in wheelchair for the rest of her life. It's really sad.
This story really, really hit me. But Fina, I want you to know that we are with you on this one. The whole of Nigeria is with you. We will stand by you. This is a very sad one. You know, I can imagine the pain Fina is going through. Just listen to her speak. You can feel the pain in her voice. The only thing I'll say here is that, please, those drivers that drive those trucks, we need to checkmate them, because some of those drivers do not even understand what safety is. They just move. Some of those drivers do not even have license. And look at what he has done. He has caught the dreams of a young girl that just finished, you know, and I was about to start her life. Fina, we stand with you, and this too shall pass. And Dangote, I know there's more you can do, and I know that you will do it.
I do not know how people get on the road, you know, driving a truck. You know, most times when you see these trucks on the road and they see cars in front of them, motorcycles, they feel like nothing is there. And what do they even take when they get onto the truck before, you know, I mean, behind the wheels, taking the truck from one distance to another? What kind of training do we give them? What kind of safety measures, safety protocols do we ensure that they have or they put in place before they get onto the, hit the roads? So this has happened, and it is very, very avoidable. Now this has happened, what is Dangote doing? Whether it's a franchise, whether it works directly with Dangote or not, I feel the name is being mentioned, is attached to it. Something has to be done so that we save this lady's life.
Indeed. Alhaji Dangote, anything you can do to restore this girl's hope in life, please do it. Take every measure that you can bring to the table to bring her back? If it is giving her aesthetics legs or any other kind of way, so that she can see herself living life and fulfilling her own personal dreams. Please, sir, do it.
I couldn't have put it better myself, team. Thank you so much for those submissions.